EA wanted Wild Hearts to be their Monster Hunter, but with Fortnite built in. I'll be honest, I do remember installing this game, but my hard drive needed space, so Wild Hearts was on the chopping block. I adored Monster Hunter Worlds when that came out. I was hoping Wild Hearts could scratch the similar itch. So is Wild Hearts a worthy alternative to Monster Hunter? At its core, it is a Monster Hunter game. You'll have to hunt down giant monsters in order to get materials, which you can use to hunt down even bigger monsters. It is a fun and engaging loop. Wild Hearts does try to set itself apart with its building system and feudal Japan inspired setting. The setting is very pretty with a variety of locations for you to hunt in, from green forests, sandy beaches, an orange canyon and a snowy forgotten fort. There is definitely a theme of nature versus humanity in these locations, and nature won the fight. You will often find abandoned buildings that have been taken over by the elements. The story exists purely to push you to the next hunt. It works, but it never gives me a reason to care, and honestly, that's fine. I don't play these games for the narrative. The reason I play these games is to hunt down some goddamn monsters. I'm happy to say it works well here. It's fast, aggressive and a bit less tactical than Monster Hunter Worlds. Like in that game I would have to wait for an opening, sharpen my weapons and plan what items to take in. In Wild Hearts I would just go in blazing, swinging my sword and building stuff. I was always trying to hit the enemy as much as I could. I mainly adopted this playstyle because of the weapon I used as my main. There are a variety of weapons to choose from. Each has a unique feel or gimmick to them. One is an umbrella that gives you the ability to parry, another lets you stick a spike into the monster so you can swing around it like Spider-Man. The one I chose to use was the katana. I liked how quick it felt. I could run in, do a little damage and bolt out of there to avoid taking damage. I was also a fan of its special ability. A bar will charge as you do damage to the monster. Once it is full you can activate the katana to deal extra damage and unlock new moves for a short time. This was really fun to do when the monster was stunned and I was hitting their weak point. I also used the katana because it's sharp and can cut off monster parts, like their tail or armour. This is the same neat feature that is in Monster Hunter. Is one of the monsters' attack annoying you? Then cut off that body part and they can't do it no more. Always satisfying to do, and the body part is normally quite obvious that it can get cut off. The combat is also improved thanks to the mobility. Dodging, jumping and attacking all feel fast and fluid. Pressing dodge whilst running will cause you to slide, which is great for getting around and avoiding big hits. The only part I wasn't a huge fan of was the climbing. Like in Monster Hunter you can climb on the monsters. They will have glowing green spots where you can harvest some building materials, which I like as an idea, but the climbing is finicky. Because the monster is thrashing about, it makes it really hard to control your character. I would hold left to get to a spot and so end up on the other side of the body. Or I'd randomly end up on a monster's limb. It just didn't work how it felt like it should. There is a good variety to the monsters, but they are not super creative. All the monsters are real life animals but elementally themed. Like there is a lava gorilla, ice wolf or a rock bear. I like these designs, they are visually striking. They all stand out from each other. I was just hoping for some more crazy monster designs, but that obviously is not what they were going for. Compared to Monster Hunter where you're fighting dinosaurs mixed with dragons, Wild Hearts can't quite compare. They look cool, they play well, they're just not the kind of monsters you remember years later. In terms of fighting them, you'll have to change up your strategy for each one. Some are more aggressive than others. Some have elemental effects they can use on you like poison or fire. Some will just not stop attacking you, every hit does massive damage. I'm looking at you, Lava Monkey. You do get a Palico type friend to help you out in battles. They are little orbs that can distract monsters if you are stunned, or they can try and heal you. They're obviously not as good as Palicos because cats are cuter than balls. Also the cats cook for you. The combat is less precise and more chaotic. It's more immediate fun and less about mastery. It's also just not as hard in general. I wouldn't say any monster gave me too much of a hard time, unlike in Monster Hunter where a lot of them would kick my ass. So far I've talked about how similar Wild Hearts and Monster Hunter are. What makes this game stand out is the Karakuri system. You can build objects mid-fight to help you in battle, like springs, walls and traps. It took a bit of getting used to, but once it clicked it was incredibly fun. Say a monster is charging at you, you can build a barricade in front of you. The monster will hit this and get stunned. Or as the monster fly in, you can build fireworks to blind them and force it to land. The system works well. You can come up with some creative solution, it feels amazing to pull off mid-fight. There is a good variety of stuff you can build, each with their own uses. My favourite was the hammer. This was great for doing high damage and stunning monsters. They're quite easy to build mid-fight, but it isn't perfect. You have to be at a standstill to build. To build a hammer it takes 3 springs stacked on top of each other. So I'd mash the spring button to build the hammer quickly. But because I was moving slightly I put down 3 springs next to each other and used them accidentally, putting me further away from the monster. This would waste my material which you can't hold too much of. It can also be easy to make the wrong thing if you're in a rush. This system is great in concept but could absolutely be nailed in a sequel. The progression here is pretty good for this type of game. You have to hunt the same monster over and over if you want to craft that monster's armour or weapon. Standard stuff for this type of game. The weapon upgrades are done slightly differently, which I'm a fan of. There are paths you can take with the weapons. The game will tell you what monsters you need to hunt in order to get to the next stage. so you need to hunt a squirrel, then a rat to get the Ice Wolf's weapon. It's a clear sense of progression. This will force you to hunt monsters you wouldn't have normally. Also, when you upgrade, you have to pick what skills get carried over to your next weapon. So if you choose a sword that has a +5 critical, you can carry that over to your next sword. There is a limit to how many skills you can have, so you have to pick and choose. I like this as well. When picking upgrades, you might pick a path that has better skills instead of picking one with a bigger number. You can also revert your upgrades without losing your materials. This encourages you to experiment. You can also get points you can spend on upgrading your builds. You get these points from just hunting any monster. This helps make every hunt feel worth it, even if you're not going to use the materials for upgrades. The grind is satisfying and fun for the most part, but towards the end I was getting a bit sick of it. Ultimately, I had a surprisingly good time with Wild Hearts. It is very similar to Monster Hunter, but with enough unique things to warrant giving it a go. Wild Hearts never quite escapes Monster Hunter's shadow, but it does enough differently that I don't regret my time with it. The game is one sequel away from being amazing. Wait, EA's the publisher, forget that idea. Time to rank it! I'm feeling number 32. I enjoyed hunting monsters here more than surviving the Outlast trials. Both are very fun to play, but Wild Hearts is just a smidge funner for me. I can't put above Stay Out the House. The look, the vibe and the gameplay were right up my alley compared to Wild Hearts. New number 32. It may seem wild, but that's what my heart is telling me.